Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday night's messages of love from above. Can you believe it? It is already Friday. Zoom, zoom, zoom. So I hope you had an amazing week. And I'm just getting everything set up here, and we'll get into it. All right. So let's make sure we are live here. YouTube has not blessed me with notification yet. Let me see here. Maybe it's just taking its good old time, but I'm sure we're live. I think we are. So hello, hello. I do show people here, so we must be live. All right. So before we get into everything, let us send some love out to the world, and we'll, of course, start off by taking a big deep breath and coming back to this moment. And you can join me whether you're watching on replay or live right now, so we can meet outside of space and time and feel all that. So start by you can breathe in through your mouth or nose, whatever you feel comfortable with. Hold it for as long as you like, and then release through your nose or mouth, whatever you feel comfortable with. So here we go. Big deep breath. Beautiful. And of course, we got our handy dandy singing bowl here. Beautiful singing bowl. I don't know if I ever showed you guys inside. It's got some designs in there. They don't really show up too well on camera, but there's designs all in there. And what we'll do is I'll hit it 3 times, and each time we'll just let that love flow down from above, fill us up, and flow out to the world, raising our love vibration. And if you'd like to join me in focusing on areas of authority across the world, from the smallest tribe to the biggest nation, any area that has authority that influences and impacts the collective, that it is filled with unconditional, bright love energy. And if they're not ready to raise their love vibration, then, their lower vibration doesn't feel comfortable in that space, and it'll want to get out of that and make space for someone who will. All right. So here we go. 3 times. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Just put her back here out of the way on her perch. And We are set. We are good to go. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Shout out to everyone. I got some of my YouTube channel members in here. You can see their names in green with their little badges. So shout out to Lucky and Gene XO and Daisy and Jeep. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Good to see everyone. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome. We've got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, of course, because, in this day and age, we can really use those. How the free readings work, I do go down in order, first come, first serve down the chat. There is no special list. The chat is it. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows we'll pull a card or two for the free readings. And if anyone asks, not asks, but makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, prioritize those. I step outside of the free readings. I dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those as well. And then I return back to the regular readings. To make a donation, you can use the super chat or in the description box of the video. I also have my Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, and Square. If you'd like to use any of those, there's no set dollar amount. We just, everyone's finances vary from person to person, country to country, and day to day. So whatever you are able to give from your heart is perfect. So we do that. And then after I do those, any of my YouTube channel members, I do prioritize next, and then I go into everyone else. If you're interested in becoming one of my YouTube channel members, I've got a Zen Cricket level, which is $2.99 a month, gives you prioritization in these. And I'm going to start where if I don't get through to all of those on Fridays and Saturdays, I will come back on to complete my YouTube channel members, and any donations that I don't have completed. But on Sundays, I have a special where whatever I don't get to in that Sunday morning session, I do come back on and complete all readings. So if you try to get through on Fridays and Saturdays and I don't get to your reading for the free readings, definitely come in on Sundays, and we'll make sure we get you a message before the end of the day on Sunday. So Zen Cricket is $2.99 a month, so you get that prioritization. And then on Wednesdays, we have a 2-hour free for all my YouTube channel members for the monthly memberships, where we do oracle readings, tarot readings, and whatever else we want to do, even past life readings, whatever we want to do. And then I have a praying mantis level, which is $7.99 a month, which includes all of that. Plus on Thursdays, you get a 2-hour session. And on Friday and Saturday night, and then Sunday afternoon, there's an hour after each one of those for them as well. So if you're interested in any of that, you can check out should be a link down below in the description box. Excuse me. All right, so we'll be using this Sufi tarot this evening by Aida Hussein, possibly is how you say that. Apologies if I mispronounce that. Beautiful, beautiful deck. So we will start there. All right. Hope everyone's enjoying this wonderful, wonderful eclipse energy. It's great. I've been dreaming like a crazy mofo. So if you guys have been dreaming a lot and feeling tired, it could be just, so much activity. We're partying too much in the ethereal or something. I don't know. But a lot of just strange, strange dreams. So you're not alone. All right. So we do have a few donations. So Eagle will be up first, then Nelia, then Moonlight, then Jeep, and then Timmy. So we'll jump in there. So Eagle, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. They want to know, will you get promoted next week? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Those must be your cards flying out of here. And with that one too. That one's up front though. Okay. Let's take a look here. What do we have coming in here? All right. So, we do have here, there are some new opportunities that are coming up. On the bottom of the deck, you do have the Seven of Wands, Seven of Staves, which is about shining bright, being true to your authentic self. And right underneath that, you've got the Seven of Coins, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So, there is this, um, this change of, I mean, it's patience. It takes time for things to unfold there. Underneath that, on the bottom of the deck too, you've got the Judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to a new place. It's like a new, it's like receiving your calling in life, something that's in alignment with where you're truly wanting to go. And that's just the energy on the bottom of the deck. But you've got the Daughter of Coins, which is the Page of Coins, which is new opportunities opening up in that, the work area, since that's what we're focusing in on. And you even have the World card, which is the ending of old cycles and beginning of new adventures. So an ending and beginning card coming in here as well, with the Nine of Coins. Nine of Coins is like, it is an abundance card. It is can be kind of attached to living a dream, and again, doing something that is more in alignment with your heart. So I feel like this promotion that you're wondering about next week, I feel like things have been slowed down so that you can really look at some things, because you've got the Devil card coming in here, which is the shaking and the rattling of long held beliefs of supposed to and should and need to and have to and must, all those, opinions that were given. And a lot of times we may be living someone else's dream instead of our own. And that's where I feel like, the Five of Staves is you know, it's energy, the staves, the fire energy can represent drama. It can represent also like a transformation of energy from something from fear to something of joy. And you have the Malika of Staves, which is the Queen of Wands, which is about, she's very powerful. Whatever she focuses on, what she truly wants, she can bring to fruition. She can bring her way. And, all this energy here, I feel like this promotion that you're seeking, I don't really feel like this is where your heart wants to be. It's where your mind wants to be. And even if you would get promoted, it wouldn't be satisfying. It just feels like you'd wake up every day going, "Oh, great, I get to go live my dream today. Woo!" Not mean it, right? You're like, "Oh, crap, I got to go live my dream today." So I feel like there's a calling of your soul, and stepping away from everything, getting out of your head into your heart. Close your eyes, open your heart. Whoops, as I slap the microphone around. Just be careful where your hands go. Don't break stuff like me. Um, and I feel like you'll get some clarity on where it is you want to head, and where you can truly, invest your energy, and share the love in your heart with the world in your own unique way. And so I feel like the promotion with that Seven of Pentacles, it's like it's slowed down because it would be a distraction. And then by that I mean like right now, if you don't get the promotion, you'd be like, all right, what is it that I want to do? If you got the promotion, you'd get all caught up into the new responsibilities, becoming used to it, doing all the stuff, blah, 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 blah. Eventually, you'd grow tired of it and unfulfilled by it, because it's not fulfilling your heart. It's checking off things in your mind. And then you'd be like, what else is there? So I feel like it's slowed down so that you don't get that. Don't delay it, because that's delaying your joy, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in for you, Eagle. So many blessings to you. Thank you so much for your donation. And then Nelia Medeiros, hello, hello. Oh, what's a little sad emoji about? Let's take a look here. Thank you for your donation. So, when will life get easier? You're so exhausted between work and home life. General on that. Yeah, I hear you. All right. So, I know that there's probably some eclipse energy and everything going on here too. And as we look at the moon card on the bottom of the deck, all this lunar eclipse energy we've got next week. We've got the new moon in Libra, solar eclipse during the day, partial, and we just came off a couple weeks ago, last week, not this week, but the week before, that full moon in Pisces, which was a super full moon lunar eclipse. So a lot of dream time, a lot of emotions flowing. So I feel like all of that's adding into the exhaustion for you too. Let's see what else they want you to know here. And that one, okay. Yeah. So I can see here, there's like, you're getting to your wit's end, because it's like you have the 7 of Cups, all these cups that you're focusing on, and you're not being filled. So that's where the exhaustion comes in. That's where this emptiness can come in here. We'll come back to the bottom of the deck. We'll see what these other cards are here. Yeah. So with these two coming out together, you got the Hanged Man, which is transformation. It also is, about seeing things from a higher perspective, and the 9 of Cups, which is like dreams come true. I feel like what's important here is that you're you're living a lot of obligations, not like, and you're not nurturing yourself. And the way I'll explain it, and we'll see what these other cards are here, but they're just, showing me my standard barrel. If we're a barrel of love energy, right? And no one can plug into us, but we can plug people into us, thinking it's my obligation to make everyone else happy, and I'll plug everyone in to the bottom of the barrel, and my level of joy and emotion gets sucked out and fed out to everyone else. Well, I don't have a whole lot of that coming in, and so what happens is it gets really low. I feel exhausted. I feel, and I'll continue to give even after I feel exhausted, to eventually where I feel resentful. And that can kind of identify where we feel like, oh, obligation, obligation. I got to do all things to all people. But do we? And that's where that Hanged Man is saying, you have this saying, well, all of this has to happen in order for me to be happy. But see this pouring out even, and here's this pouring out of your energy for everyone else, but you're not being fulfilled. You're not being filled up, right? You're giving, giving, giving to everyone else. And so we become a chalice instead of a barrel. We unplug everybody. We get to fill up first, and then everyone else gets the overflow. And in the beginning, and that can look like if you have children, or sharing like a partner, or external, whatever, other family, or you kind of make a list of where you're investing all of this energy, and you're like, okay, I can ask for help. It's not um, too much to ask for help. And if we feel like because we're working, and we give a certain amount of energy there, and then we come home, and then we have all this other energy, and we're doing it all, but we can ask for help. We can, delegate is the word that's really coming in here. And what's great is, like, when you're able to fill up some and have your alone time, have your recharge time, that little whatever overflows out of the chalice that you become is delicious. It's the nectar of the gods, as they say, compared to that barrel, which they get on the very bottom is sour, bitter water. And they'd much rather have one drop of that than barrels of that other type. Um, so it's about reevaluating where you're investing all of your energy. Yeah. And you've got the power of choice with the Chariot, number 7 here, and then the Ace of Swords. And this is clarity and seeing things from a different perspective. That Ace of Swords is magical, allows you to cut away these small t truths, these fears, all of these supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's. And a lot of stuff we gain and glean from when we're growing up, right? A lot of roles, a lot of things. I remember my first relationship. I was so upset because I'd find dishes behind the next to the couch, and I'm all, I'm doing the dishes and I'm vacuuming and the laundry and I'm doing all this stuff. And I was mad and I said, "Why don't you help me with this stuff?" And they're like, "You know what? I don't know how you were raised, but I was in the military and I had to scrub toilets and everything, and I'm done with all that. If you want it to be this pristine, have at it. But, you know, I'm done." And it just kind of dawned on me that not everyone has the same expectations. I mean, my mom and dad they had a very high, this is the way everything needs to look and be. And so, of course, that's the way I learned it, all those roles. And I'm like, no, it has to be everything done. And then, but what was great is I learned from them. They were kind of like, I'll play, and if there's anything left over, then we can, do the housework. And I was like, do all the housework and all the chores, and if there's any time left over, then we can go play. And they brought me to the middle, and I brought them to the middle to where they're like, "Hey, let's go to a movie." And I'm like, "Well, I need to do laundry and vacuum first, get the laundry going and vacuum. So after I do that, we can do that." And they were like, "I'll tell you what, I'll do the vacuuming. You get all the laundry sorted and going, and then we'll go." And I'm like, "Sounds good." And so it was like a compromise. And you can do that type of energy. And this is where this power of choice and this clarity, it's cutting away all these stories that we have of how things are supposed to be. And I feel like, yeah, here's the Empress. Yep. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So this confirms it. It's about you taking care of you, making sure you're nurturing yourself first, because the greatest gift you can give the world is a healthy, full, overflowing you instead of a cranky, tired, bitter, what would you say, resentfulness, right? And it's like, yeah, and it's okay to ask for help. It's not a failure. If all you had to do was do the home, wow, that's great. Or if all you had to do was work, yeah. But you're splitting yourself into trying to do too much and have a bar too high that you're judge yourself on by those cards. And so your life gets easier when you are easier on yourself. You cut yourself some slack, you delegate, you determine like 3 buckets: what's urgent and important, truly urgent and important. I know these days we're taught everything is urgent, everything is important, but it's not. What's truly urgent and important, what is truly important but not urgent, that you can kind of plan things out, and then what's urgent but not important. Those things we just, if we're able to do all this and do all this, and we're bored and we have extra energy, then we can pick from that. But if it's not important, we don't need to invest energy in it, right? And so I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, Nelia. The power's in your hands. You're exhausted. And then if you continue to overgive, you might even feel a little resentful, eh? A little bit obligation, living by obligation instead of filling up yourself and then overflowing with love and doing the things that you want to do. So you have permission from spirit. Boom. All right. So that's what they have for you, Nelia. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Moonlight, you are up next. So hello, your little sticker, and thank you for your donation. And yeah, it sounds like we're not alone. Nelia's tired. I'm tired. You're tired. I'm sure we're all tired. Yeah, it's like trying to stay awake. And I think you're on the other side of the planet too. So you're like, but you were wondering which spirit is in your house today and why. Lots of signs that someone's here. I love it. So the spirit and the other side do love to show us for sure. All right. So let's take a look here. Let's see which spirit. All right, that's them and why. Okay. I got those three. It's like a little story, evidently, here. 333. So if 333 means anything to you, those are the cards coming out. There's like three little boom, boom, booms. All right, so who is it here? Wow. So we have the Three of Swords that's coming in here. Three of Swords is the card of expectations, equal disappointment, or heartbreak, heartache. And so whatever loss has happened in your life, whatever spirit is there, and I don't know if you have like a mother or grandmother, I definitely feel like it's divine feminine energy. It's someone who you were really close to with divine feminine energy that's no longer here, and they came in to um, bring you, one, comfort, knowing that they are with you, that the moment they left their body, they are right with you and have never left, and they're kind of making their presence known so that you can be, you know, uh, just just to know that you're not alone, to have that feeling of um, separation, um, and support. That's the word I was looking for. Like, you are supported and you are so loved with that as well. Timmy, you're so funny. Timmy's tired from walking on the treadmill. Good for you. Walk a mile for me. So let's take a look here and see. Yeah. So you have the Nine of Coins, the first three cards coming out. This is like Nine of Pentacles can be, feeling like a hermit, nine, feeling separate from the world. So that's what we have that in here. And we do have the World card and the Eight of Cups. This is about endings of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. And the Eight of Cups is this, walking and heading in a different direction, letting go of the emotions that don't serve, the relationships that don't serve too. And I feel like if you're feeling a bit alone or a bit separate, it could be that you've had people leave your life, or you feel this, even though they're there physically, you might feel emotionally separate, but it's okay. It's like they're telling you it's okay. You're not alone, and you won't be alone for long, but that it's okay to let these relationships go, the ones that you're investing so much in and getting so little back. Like, you give 70, 80, 90% of the emotional energy, and the other people give 10, 20, 30%. It's like you can back off to 50, or if you already were like, no, I know I don't need to be in that anymore. You can bring it to zero and get all that emotional energy back. But I definitely feel like there's this fullness of love that is coming your way. Even on the bottom of the deck, underneath that Three of Swords, you have the Nine of Cups, which is joy overflowing and an outpouring of emotion that's coming your way. And I kind of feel like this is like them showing like you're in the middle, and here's all your posse of support on the other side. That there are, you know, this huge group of beings of unconditional love and light that are all around you, giving you all this love, right? And so that was one thing they wanted to do. Yeah, and here you again, you've got this, feeling with the high priestess of stepping back away from out of the chaos, being alone. So there's all this aloneness that while you're feeling this alone, you can step back, connect to spirit, go behind the veil, dive deep into your own emotions, because you have this time that's carved out with this Empress card, which is, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, a lot of emotional transformation and birthing. And this Eight of Coins is showing that you have been doing the work, and this is like continue to do that, because things will change in the outside world. We just don't change from the outside in, we change from the inside out. So you're doing this, and this pocket of time where you might feel a little isolated is for you for this release, right? And then these other ones, yeah. I like it. Here we go. Yeah, it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. You got the Ace of Swords. Whoops, the Ace of Swords 1, the 2 of Swords, and then the 3 of Cups. So the 3 of Cups is one of my celebration and joy and community cards, but these also represent your spirit guides. But this is like you have community that's coming forward here in the near future. And that's why when they were saying that you're not going to be alone for long, you will find your community. You'll find the little two peas in a pod, where you're three peas in a pod, where you have like two best friends who will be with you for the rest of your life. But it's all about closing your eyes and opening your heart, seeing things from a different perspective. And this is knowledge, this viewpoints that you have is an important thing that you're gleaning during this alone time. And they just want to let you know that it's not happening by accident. Even on the bottom of the deck, you've got the 5 of Wands, which is drama. You don't have to. Drama is not a normal, doesn't have to be a normal part of friendships and relationships with people, right? Just happens to be when our humans are in fear, we do act like fools, and we're out of our minds, out of our intelligent minds, and we're not compassionate, we're not loving. We do stupid stuff trying to feel safe and in control again. But you deserve to have a support. You deserve to have support, and that's what the energy they have that's coming in there for you. So hopefully that resonates for you, Moonlight. That's what they have for you there. Timmy, you promised you walked as long as your until your reading is over. Oh, that's great. Wink, wink. All right. So we're almost up to you. So keep walking. Ha ha ha. All right. So Jeep, you are up next. So let's give that some love and a like here. And then Jeep, so you sent a letter to a journalist. Oh wow, what will his reaction be, or the outcome of it be? And you assume he's read it. All right, let's take a look. Let's just give these a shuffle. That'll be better. There we go. All right. So Jeep, let's take a look here and see. So what will their reaction to it be? Right. Yeah, and then the outcome of it. All right. So, all right. All right. So we've got here their reaction to it. The 2 of Swords, they're going back and forth with that, like their brain, between their brain and their heart. And I feel like whatever you wrote about really touched something within them, within their heart, their soul heart. And then their mind, of course, is about, okay, well, maybe we can, I don't know if you want to if you're putting for an article or something, but this 8 of Coins is about some work, something related to work, and something related to putting in the work and getting the reward from it. So I like that. So it's not negative. They're journalistic, okay, this is okay, we can approach it this way, that their mind is going, but they really were touched by what you got in there, whatever their soul was touched by, if that makes sense. And then the outcome of it, I feel like, you've got the Chariot card that came out here, which is the power of choice and movement and victory. You also got the Lovers card, another major arcana, which is about partnerships. And again, choice coming in here, and the High Priestess too. So I like this energy coming in here, and it feels like the outcome will be that I don't know if you were wanting to work with them on something, that this definitely with this Chariot and the Lover's card is important. Friendships, important partnerships. So I feel like there's going to be communication between the two of you here, and trust your gut, trust your intuition with this High Priestess regarding it all too. Um, because I feel like there's going to be this necessity on your part to really push where you want to push and then let go where it's okay to let go, if that makes sense with whatever's going on. There also is this power of choice with all this, the major arcana 2, and then the emotional choice card, and then the, of course, overall, the chariot card, which is the power of choice card. You have on the bottom of the deck, you've got the 10 of swords, and what else is under here? You got the daughter of swords, which would be the page of swords. So there is about a little bit here about your power of choice. You get to choose the story. It's funny, a journalist. You get to choose the story you put around your interactions with the journalist and your emotions. You get to choose your energy and your physical actions. So I feel like there's this let go of expectations, and focus on the higher vibration, right? Every moment we do have that choice between lower vibration, higher vibration. So when we have gratitude that the journalist has read what you sent, and you're grateful, for what are you grateful for in your life, and grateful to the creator that they're going to have things unfold in perfect alignment with your highest experience, and not into the wanting or the needing and those things. It's just a good reminder to let go of our expectations around things, which we can probably use that reminder every day in this human existence, right? We're given so many expectations all our lives that we just naturally revert to having expectations around stuff, rules of supposed to be's and should be's. And it's a good reminder just to step back and focus on higher vibrational, unconditional love and joy and gratitude around a situation and around our lives. And then our vibration matches that, which will allow things to come in. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you there, Jeep. So thank you so much for your donation, and excited to see what unfolds with that. Right, all right, and Timmy, you can step off the treadmill now. So thank you for your donation. We'll give that a love and a like. And you want to know, will everything work out with your move and grad school? All right. I don't have the white deck. I've got this one. I've got the Tarot of the Divine that looks like that. And then I've got the Sanctus Concordia Tarot, which looks like that. So I don't have a white deck currently. So I will use the one I've been using with the Sufi Tarot, if that's cool. I've got like probably 35, 40 tarot decks, probably more if I'm really thinking about it. Let's take a look here and see what they have coming here. All right, we'll see where this is leading here for you. All right. Well, I like the bottom of the deck here because you do have the Hierophant, which really is this great energy of it is like teacher student kind of energy coming in here. So I like that. It's a very positive energy, especially around schooling and learning, because it is your higher self calling you to this higher place, showing you some capital T truths that come in here, right? And then you have the Son of Coins, which is the Knight of Pentacles, which is slow moving. It does happen. There might be some, it might feel like it's taking longer than you want it to in the beginning, but just know that this is about harvest, that it is this movement. And there is movement even when it doesn't feel like there's movement. Because sometimes, like, you're, going like, um, 100 miles an hour on a freeway for hours and hours. When you slow down to 55 miles an hour, you're still going fast. It just doesn't seem as fast because you've been going, 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 going. So I like that analogy that have that, unfolding there. So that would be the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, the standard rider weight. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. So for today, this is the deck that Spirit had me use. So there might be some different images because everything happens on purpose. So if you look at those, I'll just kind of do that here. They might trigger things in there for you too. And then you have the horse and the wheat field. Yeah, and you got the 9 of Wands and the 7 of Wands coming in here too. So there's this, definitely this energy of movement and perseverance. And, with this Knight of Pentacles and with this 9 of Staves, the 9 of Wands, there is this, pushing and continuing, not giving up, even though if it feels like things are not moving, just keep at it and things will unfold. Because you have the 7 of Wands, which is about being your, being true to your authentic you, the sun not asking permission to shine, not dimming its light for anybody, not feeling the need to defend decisions and choices as well. I just like it. It's like really sitting here, with itself here. So I like that. No, it's the one below the king. It's king, queen, knight, page, right? So the son of coins, usually the the daughter in a deck will be the page, and then the son is the knight. And this is all about, especially when they have a horse on the card. We know that's what it is there. Yeah. So I really like this here. Oh, you're running your horse. Well, look, here's a couple more. So you've got the Malika of Staves, which is the Queen of Wands. And then the Chariot card, which is about victory and movement. So we like that. Is your move going to go well? Yes. The Malika of Staves also, she's very powerful, this energy. She's able to really, whatever she focuses on, grows and expands. But she also has a great communication and connection with spirit because the wands, magical energy, but all the queens are given a second portion of cups behind the scenes, which allows you to connect to spirit both empathically and energetically. And I like this, realizing the power you have, that you have a great opportunity for success with the Chariot card that represents success. But the Queen of Wands will tell you how much of a success you have is within your power. Whatever you focus your energy on is what grows and expands. And so you definitely have a strong energy here with that Queen of Wands. Let's see. What else do we have going on here? Yeah. So you have the Sun card, which is victory, victory, brightness, brightness here. And the Nine of Swords. I like this because the Nine of Swords represents our own fears. It's like nightmare, insomnia, so much on our mind. But, with both of these cards coming out together, I really like that for you because it's about questioning, what are my fears? because when our little inner child feels unsafe and out of control, which the Leo energy of the Sun card also represents, you could even see inner children there. That's there, right? And and so whenever like you're studying and as far as um doing things for graduate school, um before you do presentations, before you do tests, even before studying, learning to calm ourselves, stepping out of our fears, deep breathing or meditation, music, whatever helps you step out of anxiety into calmness. It's really important for you in here because then you can face and question, what am I fearing? What am I trying to control? What am I, um, you know, um, what are my expectations? What are these things that are, I fear failing or I fear rejection? What is it? And then when we look at it, then we can be so much, you can shine bright. I mean, you got both of these cards that represent, a brightness and, a bright shininess that comes in here, right? And I like this energy for you because for your studying, you'll do quite well if you can get out of the anxiety, get out of the pressure that you put on yourself and make it more of an expression of who you are and you're living your dream and excitement about it, not fearing failing, right? It's like really, you know, jumping in there and doing that. So it feels like it's very, very big possibilities of great success, but a lot of that is in control of you, right? Um, well, I feel like all these cards were you to me. You're saying like you think that that was um, that's your boss, or if you're like you can relate to that, you have that energy too. We all have divine masculine, feminine. So, but it's really connecting in with that drive that you have. You have the ability to do very well. With where you focus your energy and where you amplify it there. So I feel like, move is going to go good. Just like I said in the beginning, I feel like it might feel like things are kind of not unfolding as fast as you want it to be, but then everything starts happening. So just be patient with the slowness in the beginning of the move and things because with that perseverance, things turn out well. So I like that. Right. So that's what they got for you, Timmy. So thank you again for your donation and for walking all that way on the treadmill for me. Really appreciate that. All right. So many blessings. Hey, Shanji. Hello, hello. Shout out to another one of my YouTube channel members. All right. So I think that is it for the donations. So next, I'm going to jump up to the my YouTube channel members. So I'll do their free readings, which is just 1 to 2 cards. And then after I do them, I'll start at the free readings at the top and work my way down. If anyone does want their reading prioritized, a donation of any kind will do that. And I'll dive deeper into those too. The free readings are like 1, maybe 2 cards. So if you want to dive deeper, want yours prioritized, a donation of any kind through the super chat, or in the description box of the video is my Cash App, Venmo, et cetera, et cetera. There's a couple others in there. So we'll jump in here. All right. So Lucky, you are up. Hello, hello. So will you get some nice news from the postal man? And will he recognize you for who you really like him? Oh, you know. Let's take a look here. Anything else? All right. So good news, good, nice news from them. Yeah, you're the daughter of cups, page of cups. That's positive emotion, bright emotion. So that would be a yes for that. Will they recognize you for who you are? The 5 of swords, this is a conflict between head and heart. So I don't feel like um, I don't feel like they're that, I don't know. I don't want to say that aware, but I do feel like they're intelligent, but I feel like they just don't put things together very easily, very well. I feel like they're very um, dedicated to their job, and so they keep their brain very separate from their heart, and so it's the job. I go and I do the job, and they go to get the job done, and then they put two and two together around things. So I don't feel like they recognize, or that it doesn't stand out of for who you are. They just see you as one of their postal customers, but you're in a large group. It's not just like one home they deliver to, right? They deliver to tons, and so their head is full of all these images of all these different people. It's kind of what I feel coming in there looking. I'm sorry, which is all right. You hear all those stories about you know postmen have children all over the place. so so that's what they you'd probably be better off. Just kidding. All right, so that's what they have for you, Lucky. And then Gene XO, hello, hello, you're up. So you want to ask how your creative business will do if you launch it in 2 months, and check the underlying energies as well. All right, so let's take a look here. How will your creative business do if you launch it in 2 months? All right. So those cards. All right. Yeah, you've got the bottom of the deck. You do have the nine of staves, the nine. So that's kind of that perseverance and obstacles moving through things. You do have the three of swords and the four of staves. You got these opposites, right? Hey, everybody. But you've got, this is expectations equal disappointment, and this is joy and celebration, right? So, one of the big things when we're looking at launching things and creative endeavors, living our dreams and all that, one of the biggest things is if we focus on wanting what I'm needing, this is what I feel it has to be. This is what success means. We push that away because we have this wanting energy. But when we have that gratitude and that joy and that celebration, and we're just like, I'm so happy that I can launch my creative business, and I'm just going to enjoy the journey of it unfolding, and I'm going to have gratitude for each step of the way instead of waiting to celebrate and have joy when down the road, right? Because then that's when the fear of not having success, or the fear of things not unfolding, is what pushes all of that further away. So I feel like there's a great opportunity if we can focus on joy and celebration. Then we have that fullness of life, right? Why do we, we're all filled up with things. So this is rhetorical. It's like, why do we, think that in order for our dream to be successful, it has to be something, right? That's been defined by humanity, instead of each and every day, if I get to, in each moment, I get to do what I love, I am successful right here in this moment. I don't have to wait for the future. But the human wants to define, it wants to judge, wants to contrast and compare. So it's like, okay, is my business doing well or not? It's like, you know, um, enjoying each moment for what it is what brings that. And you'll hear it all the time. And all these successful businesses, is you know, it was about living their passion, not about hitting a goal. And there's a difference in that energy. So hopefully that helps, Gene. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Daisy, you are up. So what is coming up next in your love life soon? Uh-oh. All right. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about the love life? Okay. Anything else? All right. Okay. So you've got the Moon card and the Death and Rebirth card, with card number 13 coming in there. So, there is this transformation, you know, the what's coming in your love life soon has a lot to do with some hidden and unknown. This is a lot of subconscious emotion below the surface that's rising up to allow this ending and beginning, this kind of rebirth emotionally. And it's like, your spirit team and your soul and spirit, they're all working together to try to prepare you for a relationship that's not like when you've had before. Because, when, of course, when we do what we've always done, we get what we've always gotten. And this is about transforming emotion. Um, and because there's emotion that's below the surface, it takes energy to push that down. And then so when we transform that emotion that's bubbling below the surface, that's still charged, the emotional energy being used to keep that down comes back to you. And then that energy that was taking up space becomes integrated and becomes spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom, instead of unresolved emotion that's impacting you on autopilot below the surface. There's also energy of looking at the relationships where you're investing energy and not getting a whole lot back. And if you have a lot of energy you're investing out there, it's about kind of an inventory and going, well, what I do want to give, what I don't want to give, and I can take some of that. Instead of me giving 80% all the time, I'll give 50 if I still want that friendship or relationship. It could be family, friends, whatever. And if I'm like, no, I can take that one to zero. Or you can take it and see if it's, what of your relationships and friendships and family, whatever, are you the life preserver of that relationship? You're the one giving all the life into it. Sometimes it's, turning off the oxygen. And that sounds really bad. And if they live on their own, great. And if it doesn't, then it's time for it to end. This death and rebirth comes into endings of relationships. But all this emotional energy, if you want to have a higher vibration, a different relationship you had before, it's about transforming that lower vibrational emotional energy, both that's below the surface and in relationship to others. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have for you, Daisy. All right. And GG, you made a donation, so we did that. So we're down to Sean G. Hey, Sean G. How can you raise your frequency to meet your sponsorship? All right. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Last night after my session with my praying mantis members, I was eating a cold candy bar from the refrigerator, and my gold cap on my tooth came off. So I went to the dentist today, and I'm going to have it extracted here in a week, a week or so. So you might be hearing me going shocking weirdly weird. It's a week after next, so you guys are fine for a little bit. All right, so let's take a look here, Sean G, and see how to raise your vibration to meet there. Wow, yeah. So I like this. You got the 5 of staves, which is the change of energy, right? This is all about raising vibration. 3 of coins, the 3 of pentacles is an important thing here. And even the bottom of the deck, you've got the chariot, which is the power of choice card that comes in here. And it's like raising our frequency so that it's, like, so you can meet sponsorship, and this can apply to anything in our life that we're truly wanting, right? Every moment is a choice of our energy, right? It's our mental energy, which is the story we're applying to each moment. The emotional energy, so either lower or higher vibration, our energy in general. Our physical actions, is it lower vibration, higher vibration? So I know it's gonna be fun. It's like pulling teeth, right? Sometimes, you know, our frequency is like pulling teeth, but it's like there's this the more we focus on higher vibration, then the more consistently we're drawing things to us. It's like whatever we point our magic wand at is what we're drawing close to us. So if I spend 90% of my time focusing on a lower vibrational fear and doubt and wanting and missing and hating and, you know, fear, I draw that to me, right? But if I'm focusing on gratitude and unconditional love and joy and laughter, then I draw in things at that frequency, draws it closer to us, right? But it's like if I'm drawing it to me and then I go over here and I focus on this stuff comes to me faster if I'm focusing on it. And I do one, if I do one here and 10 here, what's going to come faster to me? Those things, right? So when we, um, with gratitude around things, we can ask, like in this sake where you're saying, I want to meet my sponsorships, then it's like, all right, creator, you ask once, and then the rest of it's gratitude. They're not forgetful. They remember we asked. And then instead of it being a wanting energy, which pushes things away from us, because if I want sponsorships, then I'm telling the universe, I enjoy wanting. And if I like wanting, if you give it to me, then I stop wanting. So you can't give it to me. That's what our energy does. It actually repels things away. So we ask once and then gratitude the rest of the time, focus on a higher vibration, knowing that what is meant for us doesn't pass us by, putting reminders all over the place about higher vibrational things, messages, pictures, music, whatever it is that brings us to that higher plane of energy, then we do that. Questioning, we talked about, if there's any subconscious beliefs below the surface about, what our inner child feels we deserve or not. So we do a little bit of shadow work and just question there, going, is there any reason why you feel I don't deserve this, little inner child? And see what they have to say, right? With your non-dominant hand, or do tapping. I think we talked about some things like that maybe. But it's, this great energy of really looking and really seeing what's below the surface that can be lower vibrational, that's keeping things away. And then conscious energy too. And for anyone new that's listening, or if I didn't share this with you before, let me see. I share this a lot, so apologies if I've like overshared this. But these are two videos that do talk about, there we go, about our energy and about the out of balance giving and receiving that our inner child can have here too. But that's where that Three of Pentacles comes in, is about being true to who we really are and remembering who we really are. We're powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of high vibrational, unconditional love energy. We're not the lower vibration, um, that's there. And so anything we can do to clarify and connect with our lower inner children, going, all right, what's going on? They're the ones in charge of the force fields that keep things out of our lives. So if we feel like there's something keeping things like whoop, whoop, like an invisible wall, why won't you come to me? Then it can be here, and a combination of both, where our energy focuses and what's below the surface. But once we get those two aligned, then we're manifester, you know, aficionados or whatever, because you're just like, yeah, and you're have this peace and calm, trusting that what is meant for you will not pass you by. They want to repeat that, and that comes in that way. So I like it. Yeah, your inner child, right? um the free list, it's not really too long. I'm all caught up on donations. I'm just right now was going through the YouTube channel members, which this was the last one. So Sean G, I know, right? Woo woo woo. And now I'm scrolling to the top to start on the free readings. All right. So up first for the free readings, we've got Dollface Diva. You wanted a general for the weekend. All right. So let's see what we have here. I got the Two of Coins coming up here. It is a weekend of balance. So there is kind of that energy of wanting to make sure that there is this balancing energy for that. But there's also this choice that's coming in here. There's like just two different, I like that these are two drums. There's two different drums that you can beat this weekend. And I feel like, you know, you can do both, but balance them, right? Don't try to do like, if it's something that's like 5 hours long, go for all 5 hours, and the other one's 5 hours long, and so you spend 10 hours of your weekend doing these things. You can go stay for a little bit and then go do something else and stay for a little bit, but it feels very balancing and choicey with energy and different things that you have going on. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva, for the weekend. And then so many blessings. And then Nelia, thank you for your donation early. Your free reading, a general for October. I can't believe it's October next week already, right? So, yeah. It's like there's this, you got the Temperance card, which is balancing, going back and forth, but you also have the Eight of Wands, which is a lot of energy coming in. And I mean, these are like not polar opposites, but they're very opposites. Like one's patient, let's just go here back and forth. And so there's something that, it's like in some things, just know if things are going slow, trust the process because you don't want it to go boom, right? And the Eight of Staves is are things that are going to move quickly and out of nowhere, just boom, 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 a lot of activity. But there's some things that are going to feel like they're going so slow because other things are coming in so fast. So I like that. And I also feel, with this angel and the Eight of Staves being messages from Spirit, I feel like October is going to be a month where the veil is extra thin for you, and you're going to be getting all these messages and synchronicities and different things coming to you in the month of October too. If you'll pay attention and look for them, they're going to be like all over the place. So I like that for you, Nelia. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings. All right. And then, so we did that one. So hello me. So your future with your little old mountain man. All right, let's take a look here and see what they've got here for your little mountain man. Hope he's doing well and recovering well. So what do we got here? Oh yeah. So look at this beautiful Six of Coins, equal giving and receiving. And the Eight of Coins, the work and the effort that you're putting in is worth it. Both of these are about the outside world, and that you will see the harvest for everything that you've done, the blood, the sweat, the tears. It's all going to be worth it. So keep at it, keep going, allow that equal giving and receiving to each other. And I like that, don't let anyone else interfere in your relationship with each other. Let, kind of bubble yourself up, just two of you. He's interacting with family and whoever. And that's okay. That's their relationship with them. But let your relationship with him be yours. And don't let it be influenced or impacted or taken off course by anyone else. Just allow that equal giving and receiving, and just realize that that's what the most important thing is. Everything else is small, and we don't need to sweat the small stuff. Just and I know you're really, that's all that blood, the sweat, the tears is like, I want to kill him, I want to kill everyone else. But it's like, don't do it. They don't have co-ed prisons. you guys won't be able to be together. So uh just trust the journey, right? Is what I really feel coming in. All right, so that is what they have for you. Me. Let's see here. So we did that one. We did that one. All right. And then QV Love, you are up. So a message from Spirit. All right. Let's see. What do they want you to know right now? All right. So you are about ready to have this great upgrade with spirituality and connection with spirit. Specifically for your empathic abilities. You have the Ten of Swords, which is, even though that looks like, oh my God, it's a great card. It's the ending and beginning that I'm sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone else, trying to please everyone else, all those supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's, blah, 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 blah. That's the cutting away of them. It's the walking out of that cage that those small t truths rooted in the fear of rejection, fear of not being enough, all that being let go. And this High Priestess card with this number 2, she steps away from all that chaos. All this of the outside world, connects to spirit, goes behind the veil, dives deep into her own emotions. But she really steps into the High Priestess awareness of who she is, her own power. And I like that for you. I just feel like it is this time of, letting your mind out of this cage, letting your heart out of this cage, letting your spirit out of this cage, even your physical body, getting out away from where you feel restricted. It's this big message of freedom right now for you. And that, releasing and surrendering all that stuff allows you to remember who you really are and connecting to that powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being actor that you are behind this character. Remembering, wow, I'm unlimited, I'm powerful, I'm not restricted, right? And I feel like this is an important reminder for you right now, right? So that's what they have for you, QV Love. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list here. You're welcome, Jean. All right. And Kelly, hello, hello. So you are up. So you would like some messages or advice, what you need to hear for this weekend, right? All right. Well, there you go. Boom. All right. And this one right here. Okay. Wow, yeah. So you got a lot of thinking going on here. I like it though, because it's like a weekend of getting out of your head. And because the Daughter of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, she offers you the Ace of Swords, which allows you to see things from a higher perspective and cut away a lot of these Eight of Swords, which are the thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that used to make you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted. And so it's like the advice would be, try something new. Get out of your head, anything that sounds like supposed to or should or need to or have to or must or oughta. Kind of try to look at things in a different way. It's like, well, I always drive this way, try a different way. Well, I always make something this way, I'm going to do it this way differently. I always get in an argument over this person with this, I'm going to choose to laugh with them instead. I'm not going to, make my regular reaction. I'm changing and I'm going to focus to respond this weekend. And it's almost like this choice of, I'm going to see things from a different perspective, and I'm just going to take a big deep breath whenever I feel my triggers coming up. I'm going to step back and go, what am I fearing? What of my own thoughts and beliefs are telling me that this is the story that this is supposed to mean, and this is the emotion I'm supposed to feel, and this is the energy and actions I'm supposed to take? Instead, plot twist and do things differently. So I feel like this weekend, if you kind of just put it into something to remember, So weekend of plot twists. Do things differently. I normally zig right. I'm going to zig left instead. And whoa, what does this do? It's going to create whole new experiences for you. Right. So that's what they got for you, Kelly. So many blessings to you. And then Rhonda, you are up next here after Jeep. So I'll be right back to you here. So thank you for your additional donation here, Jeep. Let's give that a love and a like there. Let's see, what does Spirit want you to know for October? So I'm just going to take a little sip here. All right. So what did you do for October? Okay. Those. 222. And the bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords. Wow. So October seems to be, it's going to be like a month of some great choices coming in here. And we have the Two of Swords. It's like you're going to have a lot of standing on a pathway. Your mind is going to take you this way, and your heart is going to want to take you this way. And it is about closing your eyes and opening your heart. So, in making these decisions for this weekend coming up, really is about, I'm going to, make these choices. Yeah, we'll take a look here. You've got 2, 2, and 2. So we'll see actually it's 2, 3, and 2. There's something hidden in the middle one. So you've got these choices to make. Let's see what we got here. So one of the things coming up in October here, you've got the Strength card, which is your human self communing with your higher self. So there's this courage and the strength that's coming in here. And you got 2 major arcana coming here. You got the Hierophant, which is your higher self calling you to something else, bringing in some capital T truths. So you do gain a lot of clarity about what it is you truly want, not just what your mind is telling you that you are supposed to want, right? I'm going to come back to the middle ones here. We're going to jump to these other ones. You've got emotional stability coming in here with the 4 of Cups. The 2 of Coins does tell me, like, you want to know about a job. I feel like you're going to have 2 job offers, 2 sources of income that are going to be available and make themselves known to you in the month of October, to where you can calm down. I like your spirit guides. Emotional stability, simmer down. So you do have 2 sources that come in for you there. These middle 2 are here coming in here. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And I feel like you're making your way past some blocks here with the 9 of wands here. So, there's been, I don't want to say obstacles, but it just feels like there's been, especially emotionally, because all 3 of these cards came out together. You've got the 5 of Cups, which is movement of your energy from a lower vibration to a higher vibration emotionally. And the Son of Cups is the Knight of Cups, which is movement of emotion and action and emotion. You can see how they're crossing a bridge to move over here. So I do feel like October also here, I like that emotional stability on the other side, but there's just a lot of figuring things out and kind of like a breakthrough emotionally. Like if we have a tendency to get drugged down, if there's depression or something that has been a battle, I feel like there's a big breakthrough that comes through in October too. And I like that for you. So it feels like a very productive month coming in there. I feel like I want to pull here. Got these Akashic Truth Oracle. Just like a quick little message, and I feel like they have one here for you. Let's take a look here. What does this say? Honor yourself. It says, recognize the hard work you've put in to get where you are today. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go, remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud. Wow. I love that because that's that gratitude, going back to gratitude, right? Look how far you've come. Look at how full your life really is, compared to a year ago, 2 years ago, three, 5, 10, right? And you look at it going, wow, yeah, I'm not the same person I was. And look, even in a year, how far you've come, right? So I like that for you. So that's generally what they have for you for the month of October. So thank you again for your donation, Jeep. Many blessings. And then Brenda, thank you for your unicorn sticker, your donation. And you're like a general for today and tomorrow. Love or dating and money. All right, let's see what they have here for you. All right. So what do we got coming in here? So. All right. Well, we like that. Well, we like everything, right? But there's some cards that are easier to be happier about. Because I like this, Seven of Staves is Seven of Wands in the regular tarot, and the Nine of Cups, joy, celebration, almost like feeling of dreams that come true, right? And the Seven of Wands is about, not dimming your light, not asking anyone's permission to shine, being yourself, being bright, um, not needing to defend what you want as your dream come true, and looking at those things. So I like that. The bottom of the deck, you have the um, Daughter of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, and the Ace of Cups, which is all about new love and self-love, right? This is about seeing things differently, and I feel like you have been on this journey, the underlying energy of looking at self-love versus what is, defining myself from the outside world, and looking at those types of things, right? So I feel like this is like a celebration or an acknowledgement that you've been doing that, and that you're realizing that, the love that you're looking for, this feeling of overflowingness, does come from within you. Because when you're like, if we look at ourselves as a barrel, and we're plugging everyone into it, we feel empty, and eventually we're drained, and we keep giving, and we feel resentful, right? But when we become a chalice, like this one here, when we become this and we allow spirit to fill us up with that unconditional love, we fill up and everyone gets the overflow. It's a different type of energy. We're energized, we feel full, we feel loved, and the outside world doesn't feel so lacking and so short and so small. It becomes abundant and overflowing, and we really like that, right? So I feel like it's a weekend of really celebrating and looking at how far you've come in defining your self-love by what you find inward and upward, not from the outside world. And really look at, and I feel like maybe even journaling or sitting with a cup of coffee or tea, and just think about the different relationships and how we've, had them defined, in the past, right? Yeah, right? That empowerment, right? So definitely exactly as you're saying there. As far as money, we've got the 5 of coins and the Sultan, the Emperor, that comes in here. Now, the 5 of coins, the 5 of pentacles, as it normally is in the regular tarot, are these beliefs of lack, of being abandoned, left behind. But it's about, because we're talking about money, really it's about these beliefs that money comes from the outside world, right? That's why I like this Emperor. The Emperor is like, no, I have access to the royal treasures, to the royal vault that's full of abundance. And with the combination here, there's really this awareness that um, we always have what we need in each moment, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. And so when we realize it's the creator, it's spirit, it's the universe, whatever you believe the higher power is, that they're the ones that bring us our sustenance in each moment and more. They don't just give us bread and water, they give us the fullness of life that comes into, right? And when we have that and we realize you're the one that brings me everything I need, and we realize, the reason I feel abandoned and I have these beliefs in lack is because growing up, when I was depending on humans to bring me what I needed in each moment, they always let me down eventually. Because when a human, when when their inner child feels unsafe and out of control, they will go into fight or flight mode and go into survival, right? And they take everything back for themselves. I got to have it all to feel safe and in control. So they will pull the rug out from underneath us and abandon us and do all those things. And when we realize it's not them that I can depend on and that I don't need to depend on, that it's this relationship I build, then I don't need to worry about the outside world. Humans might be the shipping company that brings something to us, but it's the creator that is providing it. And when we have gratitude and we develop this relationship of trust, then there's this beautiful, energy that comes in here. And that's when we realize, yeah, when I focus on lack, I get more lack, but when I focus on my power and gratitude, then I'm grateful. So someone, gives me a gift, gives me money, does whatever. I'm like, thank you. Like you'd think the UPS driver or whoever that's delivering the package. But then after I close the door, I'm all, thank you. Thank you. You're the one that sent this to me. I'm so grateful that you have my back and that you are my support and that I can trust you. And then that gratitude around abundance and thank you for bringing this, thank you for bringing that. And if we feel we're in need of something, we can ask, but we ask of spirit and creator and just, hey, I would really like this. If it's for my highest experience, I'm so grateful that you'll bring it towards me. And boom, it happens. And if it doesn't, then we're like, okay, well, I'm still alive. I'm all right, and it's just like our ego doesn't always get everything it thinks it needs. Like every once in a while, I'll get on a kick to go buy Powerball because I want to have enough for forever. And the creator's like, you have that guarantee from me. You will always have everything you need in each moment. And I was like, oh, that's my fear, wanting to have this storehouse of, never needing to fear not having enough. But of course, the creator, it's funny too, because they'll tell me, the whole monetary system could fail tomorrow. And then what is all that money, all these numbers on this bank account and this invisible bank? You know, what does that mean to you? Nothing. Right. And so it's like developing this trusting relationship with spirit, um, is like a more productive use of our energy. Um, and we come down here to experience what it feels like to feel lacking and not having enough and all that. It's all pretend, because really we're like, okay, so it's like a prince or a princess pretending they're not royalty and going, oh, I don't have anything, and then like, all right, you can come back to the castle now. Okay, I got everything I need. So I like that. Yeah, beautiful. I love that. So, continue to do that. And I feel like that, this is part of the opening up of the gates, but that emperor energy is you choosing, yeah, I'm going to look at it this way instead of that other way. My abundance doesn't come from the outside world. It comes through the outside world sometimes, but it comes from creator. So I like that for you. So that is what they have for you, Brenda, for this little weekend, a general for today and tomorrow. So enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And I like that for you. And thank you again for your donation. All right. And then we had left off for the free readings. We left off with Rhonda. So, what you need to know at this time for this weekend. All right. Let's take a look here. So, you have the Nine of Staves and the High Priestess card. Now, the Nine of Staves in this case is like this force field of protection and guidance around you this weekend. This is what you wanted for this weekend, yeah. So the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Staves is like this, it's like there's this fence around you. So if you feel like, why is everyone staying away from me? Why do I feel like, physically I'm not around a bunch of people? I feel like there's this invitation from Spirit. This is the High Priestess, right? She steps away from the chaos, goes up into her High Priestess temple, connects with Spirit, goes behind the veil, dives deep into emotions. It's like a good weekend to journal. It's a good weekend to really commune with Spirit in whatever way you do that. Just having some alone time as much as you can, and especially I feel like if you have people who have passed, I feel like the veil is thin for you this weekend, where you can really see a lot of signs and synchronicities and get messages where you just feel this, and you have and this might have been happening since this Pisces full moon too, but I don't know if you're remembering just like thoughts clicking out of nowhere of people from the past, and it's them saying hello and that you're not alone, and they have messages of love for you, and some of it's energetic messages where you just feel it, emotional messages. Some of them will be thinking of a memory, and it's bringing some little wisdom that comes in with it too. But I feel like this is a weekend of invitation from the spirit world to spend some time with them, reflecting with them this weekend. So I feel like that's what's coming in there for you, Rhonda. So many blessings to you. Brenda, no boyfriend coming right now. Yay. I like that, the reinforcement you're getting of your self-love coming in, so that's good. All right, and then Happy Pill, you wanted a general reading, so let's see here what the spirit wants you to know right now. Okay. None of that. All right, I do want that one and that one. All right. Right now, they're really focusing in here with the Chariot card, which is really the energy of the power of choice is coming in, and the Daughter of Swords, which is the Page of Swords, which is, stories and it can be communication, but I feel like it's more the stories that you're putting in your head. And I feel like what they're saying is whatever is triggering, whatever has been bringing conflict lately, that it's realizing that I get to choose the story that I put to anything that's going on in the outside world. Now, we're given a lot of supposed to be's when we're growing up. When that happens, this is the story that you put to that. When that happens, this is the story. When that happens, this is the story, right? Over and over reiterated to where it becomes our habit and our reaction when this happens to think that's the story. But this is all about questioning your story, because we're taught a lot of lower vibrational stories like that means that about me, that means that about the world, that means that about them, you know, instead of really stepping back and seeing situations from a higher perspective and going, is that really the story that I want to apply to this? Or am I going to tear away the story, or even just temporarily remove the story? You can still hold on to it if you want, but look at it and go, if I didn't have this story, what story would I want to put to this situation? What capital T truth can I see about this? Like for me, when I had people in committed relationships be uncommitted, cheating, that's the story. They were cheating on me, and that meant this about me and about them and about our relationship. When really, when I took the stories away, I realized you know, what their choices were doing was because of what they grew up with and how they felt about themselves. My stories I was applying is because of what I grew up with and the stories I was putting in. But the capital T truth was they were my mirror showing me how I was cheating on myself with others. My higher self, I was defining myself by the outside world. Instead of self worth, I was defining myself by retail price. And so there's a lot of beautiful, beautiful awareness that we can have if we step away. A good resource is Byron Katie. I talk about her all the time because she's wonderful. She's got a great YouTube channel, but she also has a website called The Work, just TheWork altogether.com. And there's free content on it's called a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. It helps us reflect and understand when we have a trigger, when we're like, blah, this person, when they do that, blah, when we throw up on this paper and fill out all these, there's only like, I think not less than 10 questions, I think, but there's a lot of great, the tools, it turns it around so we can understand what is this that's wanting to be revealed within me. I feel like this is a big piece of what's coming in there for you. So there you go. So many blessings to you. All right. All righty. And so we've got Robert Vega. Hello, hello. So, Robert, and sorry here, I know you said you're suffering here, so um, thank you for your patience and thank you for being a new subscriber too. So, your real name is Luisa, and your boyfriend Enrique. Oh, that Aquarius energy. Oh, they're born on Valentine's Day. What are his current feelings about you? All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on here. Of course, when we ask about other people's feelings towards us, the big thing about our feelings towards anyone, our own feelings towards anyone, it is so influenced by our conditioning, about our own past, everything that's going up. We don't really, it's like we're always looking in mirrors. And so when we're asking, how do they feel about me? It's really going to be see three fingers pointing back at them. This is so much about how they feel about themselves. They're seeing through the glasses of their own experiences and how they feel about themselves, right? Because we can't give something to someone else that we don't have for ourselves already. And we can't recognize something in someone else unless we have it inside of us too. So keep that in mind as we pull some cards here, that this is not necessarily about you. This is about what's going on inside of their little heart here. Yeah. So, so they've got here the Five of Cups, which is a lot of emotional conflict that they have about, emotions that were broken growing up, right? So they've got this whole myriad of, um, like they have a very small amount of self love because of things that happened as they were growing up. There's not any new emotions, there's just emotions we experienced as a child echoing out from there, right? And so, this tells me that they've got a lot of past hurt and pain that they had growing up since childhood, right? And so, if they have this much love for themselves, that's only the extent of love that they can give, right? So, they've got a lot of pain that they really focus on. And even with the devil card, with that card number 15 here, this is Capricorn Saturn energy, but that also has them chained to the past. So they've got a lot of restriction. It's like their mind is caged and their heart is caged because of a lot of disappointment, a lot of stuff growing up. And so when they're interacting with you, all they're hearing, it's like they have these headphones on that all they're hearing is all this negative self-talk and all this stuff from the past. And they kind of have these, Google glasses on, and these movies of the pain of their past are playing. and all you're being is a mirror reflecting back to them. You're like, let's say, like at a movie theater, you know how that big white screen, the movie that's projected onto it, is the movie projected onto you, the onto that white screen, the white screen's choice? No, it's whoever's projecting onto them. And so it's really important to know that they got a lot of pain, they got a lot of this. And so if they're, which obviously with, like you say, you're suffering, they are a mirror for you too, to look at your past and to understand these emotions that you're feeling. How are they about you, right? And what's triggering within you? Your emotions happen in here, not out here. So your emotions are your own. And if they're emotions of lower vibration that are of suffering and fear and, betrayal and anger, any of those lower vibrational emotions, those are yours, not anyone else's, which is where we want them. And when we hear that at first, it's like, no, they're doing this to me and I'm feeling this way. It's like, well, no, it's not true. Our emotions happen in here. We're triggering the outside world. Everyone just does things, says things, doesn't say things, or doesn't do things. But what happens is in here, we define it. We put a bunch of stuff toward it, and we make an emotional choice because we're taught when someone does or says this is how I'm supposed to feel. But we don't have to, because otherwise, everyone that goes through something would always feel exactly the same. But we don't. We all feel differently. So it's not the situation that determines how we feel, but the person going through it determines how they feel. So I have, if you're interested, on my main page, you'll see like there's free podcasts that are from like from chaos to cozy, and some other things that are on there that might help bring some perspective around those, because we talk a lot about the chaos of the world we live in and how we can move to a different vibration, a higher love vibration. So if you're interested, all that's for free on my main page if you click on my name, um, bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot. Okay, so hang in there, Louisa. You're not alone. Trust me. All right. So many blessings to you, my dear. All right. So continuing moving down the list here, we've got Jocelyn Anderson. Will Tony come and see you before you leave the country on 10/10? All right. Let's take a look here. With the Five of Cups here and the Queen of Cups with the Malika of Cups here, this is very much High Priestess energy, where she's, goes into her High Priestess temple and is kind of being with herself here. And with this Five of Cups, I don't feel like they're able to get to you by October 10th. That comes in there. So that would be a no coming in there. But, you know, everything happens for us. So when we look at it and go, all right, what's going on? You know, how am I, what did I want to learn through this? There's this, I heard recently, something that helps when we're having what feels like a difficult time in our life is it possible that there's a gift in this for me? And asking ourselves, what can it bring in? So I like that. So hopefully that helps. All right. All righty. So, and then Jasmine Lily Lee. Hello, hello. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. Anyone know, how does Ahmed think and feel about you? All right. Let's take a look here. You're welcome, Jocelyn. All right. So how does it think? And yeah, I do want this one for how do they feel? And as I mentioned earlier, of course, how people think and feel about us is really none of our business. It's a meme in Instagram. I like it. Other people's opinion of us is none of our business, because it really has little to do with us and more to do with who they are, their life, what they're experiencing, how they feel about themselves. They are the filters through which they see the world. We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So always take it with a grain of salt when we're like looking at that. Let me close my window here. It's gotten dark out. Ooh. All right, closing my blinds. All right. So think, how do they think about you here? So the three of staves, the three of wands, there is this change of direction in how they have been thinking about you. So, they had all these plans, this way of approaching who you are, and it feels like it's taking an off ramp and going in a different direction. Let's see what else is here. Yeah, and they feel about you here. Malika of staves is the queen of wands, so a lot of fire, a lot of passion that comes in here. And I like this. I don't feel like this is like an exit ramp away from you, but I do feel like their original plan or ideas that they had have changed, and they're seeing you as someone very fiery, very passionate, very commanding. And I feel like they're seeing you in a different light, which feels more positive here. Not that they were thinking negative, but I just feel like it's gone to a different level that is coming in here too. So I feel like they are going to be taking things in a different direction there. I almost feel like they're wanting to express their passion with you, and they feel like that you're able to, like you're open to it now. Whereas I feel like maybe before they weren't quite sure how passionate they could get with you, which is interesting. But I feel like they're really wanting to be able to express that a little more. So that's what they got for you, Jasmine. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. And then thank you. I did get a donation down here. Hey, Maria. So Crescent Moon, thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. I'm going to be on for about 15 more minutes. So if anyone else, let's see, I've got Hot Sun and I think Hot Sun is the only free reading I haven't got here yet. So I might be able to get you in there, Hot Sun. I do have a couple donations though. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. So you want to know, is Sagittarius upset with you? Please be nosy. You're so funny. So thank you for your donation. Let's see what's going on here. Are they upset? Do Sagittarians even get upset? Let's see here. We've got, so the first three cards that came out here, we've got this, the Alchemist, the Magician, the fiery energy of the Sagittarius. We've got the Judgment card, which is their higher self, calling them to this higher place, this adventure type of energy, I feel, and the Moon energy that's coming in here too. So, we've got this lot of emotion. I don't feel like they're upset with you. I feel like this crazy eclipse energy that's going on here. There's a lot happening. I mean, it's just like bzz, 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 bzz. I mean, three major arcana coming in here. I feel like they just got all this flood of energy, and from this, because we just had a super full moon in Pisces that was a lunar eclipse. So it's like, wow. And then we got a big new moon solar eclipse next week. So with all this moon energy, I feel like it's more this boom, all over the place kind of energy that's coming in. There, let's see what else we have here. Yeah, the Three of Staves. I feel like they've got like this a lot going on in their life too, and I feel like they have some different directions that are happening in their life. Yeah, and they've got a lot of drama with this Five of Staves, the Five of Wands that's coming in here. And the Daughter of Coins is like new opportunities that are opening up here. So it's like they just got like out of the blue. I just feel like this flood came in and they're recovering from the tsunami coming in here. So I don't feel like they're upset. He expressed how much he liked me, but he haven't heard from him over a week. Oh, yeah. So that would make sense with all this, you know, big tsunami of emotion and energy and different things that, came in and hit him here. So they've got a lot. And they got a lot on their mind too. The bottom of the deck, they got the Nine of Swords, so a lot of fears, a lot of mental activity that's coming in. I just feel like, they're in recovery from all this drama that hit their life out of nowhere, and it took their life for a loop. But I don't feel like there's anything towards you. I just feel like it's their life exploded, and they were like, "Oh crap!" And rather than interact with you when they're doing all of this, um, it's funny. Um, a lot of my Sagittarius friends all have ADHD, and I feel like that they kind of had this explosion of everything that took them off onto all these different tracks, and they'll get back on track. Let's see, when do you think he'll contact you? Yeah, and here's the King of Wands as well. So I feel like it'll be here soon. They just need to get back control of their energy, everything that's coming in here. I mean, literally, Sagittarius are the more evolved of the three, can be, of the fire signs, because, it starts off, and Aries is the baby, and then Leo is in the middle, and then Sagittarius is in the end. So I feel like that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you might even hear from them this weekend, because I feel like their life exploded and they're getting into recovery right now. So I feel like they're all right. He's back on his throne. The empire is safe and secure. Now, where were we? That's kind of energy I feel like from him. All right. So that's what they got for you, Crescent Moon. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. And Maria, thank you for your donation via the PayPal. Absolutely. My pleasure, Crescent Moon. Here for your your checkup for the days of your lives. All right. Let's see what we got here. So thank you again for the donation. So what's W's feelings and thoughts? That sounds like such an old man. What are Walt's feelings and thoughts towards you today? So thoughts, I feel like that's thoughts and that's feelings. And then what's coming for you and Walter this upcoming week? Okay. Boom and boom. I feel like there was these two. Okay. And then updates on him leaving that other person. So that's what they said. It was such a hiss. All right. So feelings first. Okay. So, and I don't feel like this is thoughts towards you. I feel like this is thoughts towards the world, but they just want to let you know they're kind of down today. They kind of have this, I just feel like they're exhausted, emotionally exhausted from the week. And so there's like a dim, it's like if you dim the lights, it makes a shadow, it makes a lower light on everything, right? So it's not specifically you, it's everything. They kind of just have this dim little light going on here. So, that's what's coming in there. That let's see what his thoughts are here too. All right. So we do have here clarity of thoughts though. So, this is the judgment card. They've got the Ace of Swords there in the scales. So they're cutting away some old ways of thinking, some lower vibrational old fears, and cutting those things and seeing things from this higher perspective more and more. So I like that it's almost like they've had a good contrast this week, and dealing with people that aren't impressed, they weren't impressed by, and because of this, they're able to see things differently and see things from a higher perspective. And I like that they're, in a way, it's like if I dim this light and you saw like my little salt light there. Even though it's bright now, if I dim the light, everything else seems darker and it stands out even more. That's the kind of energy that I feel like, are here. So I definitely see that here. And then what's coming for you and Walter this upcoming week? So, all right. So you got the daughter of coins, the page of coins, page of pentacles, new opportunities, something new opening up, and the three of staves. So I feel like there's going to be a slight change of direction. Let me see what these other two cards are here. Yeah. So we've got the daughter of staves, which is the page of wands, and the king of cups, balancing of head and heart, and of course staves is passion and attraction and energy that's coming in here. So I feel like this next week there's going to be an opportunity to like hang out, and it's just going to take things a little further. It's a good balance between the head and heart. Again, the king of cups is one of my very compatible energies because it's someone who balances head and heart. It's like the queen of swords, because the king of cups rolls over cups, but behind the scenes has sword thought energy. It's like a very compatible partner energy, and I like it. It's just like you guys get along, and it just kind of takes things just a little further down the road. But it just is really like, you know what? We do think a lot alike. I just feel like you guys really recognize how similar you were raised and the parallel lives you've lived. I feel like you could just learn more and more about, shut up, really? Me too. Shut up. What? Me too. I just feel like there's a lot of that, crap that happens. I'm just kidding. Oh my God. I'm just kidding. So that's what they have for you there. um, and then updates on him leaving. That other person, hiss. Yeah. There's so much conflict between them. Five of Swords, conflict with communication between them. Seven of Cups, a lot of emotional confusion that comes in with all of that. Yeah, just a lot of obstacles here, but they're working through here. So it's headed down the river. In fact, I like that there's a body down here in the water. It's like it's ending. It's just taking time to get there. You know, yeah, yeah. You definitely do on a lot of levels. And I feel like the more you guys communicate and talk, the more you'll realize, yeah, when I was in school, this happened. What? Me too. Shut up. I was in band too. No, I'm just kidding. But it's that kind of communication, and the more you guys talk and hang out. But I feel like there's an opportunity for you guys to hang out either virtually or in it. But it's a lot of information comes through with that. So yeah, it's what it feels coming in here. So I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, and everyone, I'm going to be on for a couple more moments here. So I just have a few more free readings. Let me see if I can get to all of you. I might not be able to get to everyone, but I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain tomorrow night as well, and then on Sunday. So if you guys try and I'm not getting to your readings, free readings on Friday and Saturday, Sundays, I do always come back on in the afternoon for whatever readings I don't get through on Sunday mornings, and I make sure you get a message from Spirit. So hang in there if I don't get to you in this session. You're very welcome, Maria. Thank you, as always, for your continual energy. I'll be back tomorrow. Always a pleasure. Thank you. All right, Hot Sun, what are M's feelings and next actions towards you? Let's take a look here. All right, one card here. You know, I don't feel like they really know. With this Hierophant here, this is their higher self bringing in a lot of capital Chi truths. I feel like they're in the process of gaining a lot of clarity around what am I feeling? What do I want? I feel like they're more in their head than in their heart, though. And they're really trying to figure out what they want in life. Who am I in life? Where do I want to head? Who do I want to be with? Blah, blah, blah. Really questioning a lot of that, old ways of thinking. Um, no, none of that. I didn't mention anybody's name. It's more they're thinking of what do they want in life. I feel like they're really not that they're not interested, but they're evaluating everything in their life. It's kind of almost like midlife crisis energy where they're like, who am I? What do I want? Where do I want to be? Who do I want to be with? I don't know. What is all this? Like looking for guidance and epiphany from a higher source because they feel so confused about life and trying to gain clarity. So not so I don't feel like they know what their feelings are, what actions I want to take. A lot of confusion is what's really coming in with them. So hopefully that I know it doesn't help you. You're like, well, what's all that? Now you know what all that smoke is going on out of their ears. But I just feel like they don't have a whole lot of clarity on what they're wanting right now. Right. So that's what they have for you. Let me just zip down here. So many blessings to you. And Chelsea Daly, are you going to be very successful? Let's take a look here based on current energies. Are you going to be very successful? Well, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which would be, yes, a lot of great success. But also the Hanged Man tells me that seeing things differently, there's some transformation, seeing things from a different perspective, a higher perspective is important to get you there. And kind of almost like reevaluating what very successful means, right? Is it dollars? Is it how I feel? Is it what's truly, how do you want to define success? Not what, other people have defined it, but what does success mean to you is a really good reflective kind of energy I feel will help you too. But I feel like that's what's coming in for you, Chelsea. Boom, boom. Easy, easy, beasy, short and easy. All right. We did that. I think here. All right, I'm not going to be able to get to everyone else. So JJJ and Kelsey, and your follow-up me. Sorry, I'm not going to be able to get you guys. I actually have just 1 minute to jump over to my praying mantis session, but I will be back tomorrow. If you want to try joining me then tomorrow or tomorrow night, or if you want to become part of my praying mantis member session, that's where I'm headed off to. That's $7.99 a month if you become a member. We have an hour after this session, an hour after tomorrow night's session, and an hour after Sunday, and then also Wednesday, Thursday, 2 hours of free readings for all my YouTube channel members. So if you're interested, also my my Zen Cricket level, you have access to Wednesday nights, extra 2 hours as well. So sorry to get you. Sorry, Kelsey. Woo, woo, woo. All right. Thank you guys so much for all the love and all the support. I really so appreciate you all being here and all your thirst for spirit. And remember, every second of every day of your lives, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Enjoy all this new moon eclipse dream time. And we'll see you soon.